Good evening to one and all. I will start my second video with Holy Innocents Church and School. This is the sign here dating the history of the church. It was destroyed by the hurricane of 1831. We built in 1838 and we dedicated in 1839, but it has been built in 1839. So Holy Innocents is another historic church, a place of interest in Barbados. It is an Anglican Episcopalian. Innocents Church. So this road is known as Ashford. Ashford is spelled Ayshford. This is the road that leads to Harrison's Cave and Richmond Hall Gully. And the parish of St. Thomas, which is in the center of the island. St. Thomas is also the parish in which my family was born and raised. My family from my mother's side, my great aunt, great uncles, my first two aunts, my great grandmother, and my grandmother too, was born and raised in this parish. And they also have lots of family laid to rest in this churchyard as well. As I said before, they do not bury people in here anymore, over this side. Since the cemetery in the church is filled, they have to bury the people on the opposite side now. So up here we'll lead you by the Harrison's Cave of Richmond Hall Gully and the post office, St. Thomas Post Office, and it will lead you back to Sturgis. And again, Harrison's Cave runs all under here. That is why it is said that when service is going on at the church, that the organ from the church vibrates into the cave. So we'll make my way down into the churchyard again. I will take you through the cemetery. We have lots of family. So this is Holy Innocents Anglican Church. This is the church's cemetery, which is the one being used now, since the one in the churchyard is filled. So this is where my family, most of them, are laid to rest. My great aunt, my great grandmother, Keelan Antoinette Levine, also known as Anki, who passed away in May 1987 at the age of 90. 92 years, 95 years. And my great great grandfather Joseph Levine, aka Jojo, who died in 1956, long before most of my family, my mother and them was born. They are also laid to rest here, as well as Organ Knight, who passed away in 2006 at the age of 92. She would be my great aunt, which would be my grandmother's first sister. Anki, aka Keelan Levine, my great grandmother's first daughter. And also uh, Glendine Levine, my second aunt, Glendine Yvonne Levine, who is dear to me. All my aunts were dear to me, but Glendine was dear to me. She used to come over as my grandmother or acting mother. She passed away at the age of 68 in 2015. Golda Delcina Brown was also a second cousin of mine, the daughter of Organ Knights. This is my first great aunt. She's buried here. No, since this is about a year now. She was laid to rest here. So I'm in the parish of St. Thomas, which is known as the Central Uplands of Barbados. The corridor sign. Pauline Smith. So this is the grave of Clemming Mondale Walcott, Miss Walcott, who was the grandmother of my cousin, who is now the principal of the Alma Parish School. And she is laid to rest here. She will come over like a family, but she's not a family, but she's family to one of my family. And her brother, Norman Noel Boyce, aka Pompey, who was one of the founders of Harrison's Cave, after Danish speleologist Ole Sorensen and Barbadian Tony Mason. Norman Noel Boyce was one of the founders of the cave, who helped pave the way for the cave. It's a tunnel in the cave named after him. Harrison's Cave is also in St. Thomas, as I said before. All under here is the cave, all under Holy Innocents Church is the cave. This is the pasture here, behind the church. Marion Hamblin, was James Hamblin's wife, is laid to rest here. She was born the same date, at her birth date was the same as mine, October 23rd. I was born the 23rd of October, 1983. Marion was born the 23rd of October, 1947, and died the 17th of May, 2025. So I'm in the Central Uplands of Barbados. St. Thomas, nor St. George has no sea nor coastline in them. So as I said before, a lot of my families have been buried here. In this beautiful country church. So back down Ashford Long Road. This Ashford is spelled A-Y-S-H-F-O-R-D, which is the road that leads you to Harrison's Cave. Richmond Hall Gully. So down the road here now, we'll be leading you back to Fort Bell, St. Thomas, and back to Jack in the Box Gully, all in St. Thomas, and we'll lead you back down to town via Jackson, Warrens. The Bridgefield Road is impassable now, so you'll have to go through Fortress Hill, that lonely winding road, to get back to town. A lonely winding road that is a bit dangerous. This is Holy Innocents Church. All open land here. This pavement was placed here between late 2013 and early 2014 to ease the number, so that pedestrians will not have to be walking too close to the road if oncoming traffic. This is primary school, Holy Innocents Primary School, where my aunts, my first two aunts and great aunts and my grandmother went to school, and great uncles. This mural graphic was done by Miss June Connell in 2005, depicting things in St. Thomas. You can see the windmill, you can see the monkey in the gully, at Richmond Hall Gully. You can see Mr. Lester Vaughan, the guy who wrote the National Pledge of Barbados. He's the one reading the book. Back at the church wall, cemetery wall. So this is the church here. Her great aunt, the only one I have living, sings in the choir. She is also a member here. The only one I have living. We come back at the church wall. Here at Holy Innocents. The grave of W.T. George Gooding and his wife Mildred and their children Jeffrey and Sheila. Outside it's too dark now, so I wouldn't really go through the graves in the churchyard. So this is a beautiful country church in the countryside of Barbados. The multi-purpose center here for the church. The bell tower here. The bell tower here, where the bell is. This bell tower was placed here between 1989 and 1990. And this is the vicarage grounds, known as the rectory, Holy Innocents Rectory. This is inside the church now. Evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All inside the church now. My great aunt sings in the choir. Here at Holy Innocents. My great aunt sings in the choir here. So here at my aunt's church. My great aunt.
Oh, you're doing
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the organ here. So now I'll show you guys inside the church of the Holy Innocents. Thank you guys for watching now and have a blessed evening. So this is an Anglican church. And this is the plaque dedicated to the memory of Lester St. Clair Vaughan, who was the organist and choir master of this church and headmaster of Holy Innocents Primary School. And he also wrote the National Pledge of Barbados. So thank you guys for watching now and have a blessed evening.